Hello everyone, this is Starman, and welcome back to Let's Play Discworld. Now, the keen-eyed of you are probably wondering, where's that big crowd that we saw the last time we were in the square? Well, I've actually had to go back a little ways in order to show off an Easter egg. Now, I promised last time that I would show you the infamous Discworld Easter egg. Well, my research has wound up determining that the infamous Easter egg can't actually be triggered by anyone, or at the least nobody, especially not the programmer, can remember how it's done or what the trigger is. Now, hidden within the game files, there is an audio file of Eric Idle, the voice actor who plays Rincewind, saying the phrase, "I want to be the first person to say the F word in a video game." Well, this was the mid-90s, we hadn't gotten to cursing in video games yet. And this is actually a tribute to a classic Monty Python bit, because a few years before this, Graham Chapman from Monty Python had died, and John Cleese, in delivering a eulogy at the funeral, wound up saying at the very end of it that he wanted to be the first person to say the F word in the eulogy. Well, this is kind of a nod toward that same sense of naughtiness and random badness. So unfortunately, it turns out that the sound clip, there are a couple of different sites that list the method, which say that when you are in the crowd at the end of the game, you're supposed to click on the eye of the urchin and then the Amazon's breast, and then click on the urchin's other eye and then click on the Amazon's other breast. The problem being that the urchin isn't anywhere in that crowd scene, at least not anywhere visible, and, well, you don't quite have the detail to click on the Amazon's bits, as it were. But there is a trick that I discovered, and that is you take our custard love tart and give it to the Amazon.
Oh, my. That darling old man. How distinguished he is. Must be a real hero.
How you doing?
He may beat me in combat anytime.
And thus the Amazon warrior movement is set back 50 years. But yeah, that's our little gag. So having given you an Easter egg as promised, we can now move on to the epic conclusion. So back to the town square we were at before, or earlier or later. And here we have the big mob of every single person in the game except the urchin.
A great churning, gibbering mass of humanity. Well, close enough to humanity not to excite interest from anyone except a biologist.
Now, I must confess that the final puzzle of the game is a bit annoying. And the only thing that makes it even remotely workable is A, if you've read the book Guards, or B, if you wander around every place trying to touch...
That's an umpire's chair. Here, what's going on?
If you walk around trying to touch everything, because, as you can see with this mob, there's only so much you can highlight, and the animation's a little glitchy here. You can see Rincewind walking right over Lady Ramkin, as is the luggage. And the dragon's right here, and there's actually a glitch where if you click on the dragon, you can cause something weird to happen here, but I want to point this gentleman next to Dibbler out. That would be Terry Pratchett himself, making a quick little digital cameo. And we got the thief, the fishmonger, the peasant, the cook, the bursar, the guy who got beaten up at the pub. There's Dibbler himself, this strange gentleman, the donkey, the mason. Mason looking very cheerful because he has pants that work now. Lady Ramkin, there's the monk, there's the barber, there's the lecturer in recent runes, the agent, Captain Carrot. I believe that's the... who's that guy? I think that's the Hublander warriors. Not sure who that is. That is... There's Detrius, Wendell. There's the milkmaid, the innkeeper, guard number 1. There was an old man. There's one of the other wizards. There's a dunny man, the pirate. Got his parrot back. There's Gaspode and the wooden dummy. The sneaky guy from the library. Virtually everybody except for the librarian and the urchin is here. There's the old coots. There's Ponder, Nobby, the guy who got beaten up at the end, the other Hublander, yeah, virtually and there's Mr. The Alchemist, he's of ill repute, and then the one mysterious guy. Let's talk to the mysterious guy.
Redmond herring. Props, blinds, and double blinds. Eh?
In other words, red herring.
What? So you're the one that's been behind all this stuff?
That's me, sir. Redmond Herring, supplier of plot modifiers and moderators to the gentry, sir.
Plot modifiers and moderators? You mean false clues, tedious in-jokes, that kind of thing?
That's the stuff, sir. We look upon our service as proving all those things which make up the true essence of a story.
What, you mean complicating the plot so that the poor stupid protagonist wastes half his time on false leads?
Yes. The technical term, I believe, is padding. I mean, can you imagine what your day would have been like without us, sir?
Funnily enough, I believe I can. Excellent. Well, good to have met you. By the way, you've dropped this.
Uh-oh.
Oh, this isn't mine, sir. This is just a piece of paper that says monkey.
We'll just call that one on the
And
cap,
unfortunately, we had a misfire of the librarian coming in and smacking the guy who has been painting us. Well, we can...
That's an umpire's chair. Here, what's going on?
And we can select Aniog, but we can't talk to her. Really, all we can click on is that Lady
A
Rankin.
maiden in distress. Well, technically a maiden anyway. If we rescue her, I think we'll just give the kiss thing a bit of a miss.
And if you remember, we saw earlier.
Actually, it's amazing they found a rock around here at all. The city's built on loam, you see.
On loan or on loam? Yes, there is. Aha, yes, because we saw her hiding this under her robe earlier. Good thing this isn't a Leisure Suit Larry game. Heaven knows what we could have done.
A small key shaped like a dragon.
Of course. So if that being the one thing we have that can help us progress someplace we haven't been yet, we will go to the Dragon Sanctuary and see what new items we can take that are not nailed down. And trudge up the mountain path we go. Pad the game, get it off the screen. Hurry, or I'll have to scream. Put a little classic MST3K tribute in there for all of you. I hope you appreciate it. I'd also like to apologize at this point to my students at the library, who I found out some of them are now watching this Let's Play. And I know you're hoping to have an opportunity to hear me curse, but no, sorry. I'm keeping my own dialogue PG-13 on this, so your wonderful parents don't complain. On the odd chance that any of them wind up watching this. So yes, we now have an unlocked dragon kennel.
I wonder if wood is really the wisest thing to make dragon cages out of.
Very good point, actually. I wonder how strong that chicken wire is. Unfortunately, I really can't touch any of these dragons.
That doesn't work.
Except for Mambo.
Mambo the 16th. Quite a chubby little chap, aren't you?
Papa loves Mambo. But yes, in case you can't get the subtle hint here, Mambo the 16th, as in an M16. And pulling on the neck of the dragon can't possibly be healthy for that little guy. I should note at this point that no swamp dragons, real or imaginary, were harmed in the making of this game. Alright, so we now have a dragon, and if you missed the lecture earlier as to what dragons tend to eat, they eat things that help them to stoke their fire. So we need to go find some hot coals, fireplace leavings, and whatnot. And there are actually 3 places we have to go to that would normally be very difficult to get into. But since everybody is now hanging around at the town square watching the dragon, who is politely not eating anybody while we run around trying to do this, we were able to get in here without having to worry about the patrician or the guards or anything. And yet the smoke device is still here, even though the dragon is not. And if we were to go back to the barn, the dragon would be there as well. Because. So yes, we're coming back to the torture chamber. And it won't let us click on the doors now because there's nobody back there. You can look at the racks, though.
Nice sturdy wood they use in these.
But we have hot coals. And alas, that is not quite enough to stoke his fire. But it makes the whole container of hot coals disappear. So we need to go and get more coals. And what's a good place to go and get hot coals, you might ask? Well, a blacksmith's forge. And we only have one of those in the game that we know about, so we're going to head back to the Dwarven Mines. Music's all ominous now. And to the mine. A little jazzier tune here. Here we
I
have
always wanted one of those.
more hot coals.
Someone's left a potato in here.
Well, I'm sure that Mambo won't mind. He could use more starch in his diet. Actually, skinny thing like that, he could use more of everything in his diet. And one more place. Well, Nanny Og had a rather extensive fireplace that's probably filled with all sorts of magical residue. Take the long way around the mountain pass. And once again walk past the creepy frog, the carnivorous owl, the strangely industrious spider that keeps rebuilding his web every time we walk through this part. And the eerie toadstool, let's not forget them. And well, that does seem to have stoked him a bit. We got rid of the whole cauldron. I like to think he ate it. And now we also have some fireworks. I think that gave us the ammunition we need. So let's look at M16.
Now we're cooking. And so will anybody who gets in our way. Ah, this leads back into the wholesome forest.
Not that wholesome. And here we are.
Not you again. Can't you leave a monster in peace to eat?
The bandana.
Aha! Hasta la vista. Eat hot smoking death, reptilian trash.
Is that a swamp dragon in your hands, or are you just pleased to see me?
This is an M16, the world's most powerful swamp dragon. It can blow your head clean off. You've got to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
It's amazing nobody's getting hit.
That... Care to step outside and shut the door behind you?
I think perhaps...
Oh, my.
Oh, so that's why it doesn't have any vulnerables. It's a girl.
A female?
On heat, too. They always get stroppy when they're feeling a little, overheated.
Good grief.
By Mother's hand warmers.
This clicky is going to make me a fortune.
It's hardly suitable for public viewing.
Well, you go up there and tell them. Anyway, it has artistic integrity.
He's got an interesting seductive technique.
Lots of energy anyway.
Pub, anyone?
Why not?
And with our heroes getting drunk and dragons engaging in unspeakable carnal acts in the skies above, that brings us to the end of Discworld, the first game, and a happy romantic ending.
Sorry. The horse threw a shoe. I had to see about a shipwreck. Oh, there was a terrible earthquake. The map got lost. My road didn't come back from the cleaners. There was a sudden plague. It's not my fault. Oh, bugger.
And with that, we come to the end of the Discworld game, the real ending. I hope you have enjoyed this walk down memory lane and this tribute to the genius of Terry Pratchett as much as I have. And for those of you who are thinking maybe I should do more of these Let's Plays, rather, I am going to do Discworld 2 again at some point. Maybe right away, maybe a month or so. I haven't decided yet. I may take a break and do something else, another classic game between now and then. I may just leap right into Discworld 2, but until then... And as we go back to the main loading screen and hear the nice happy music here, I will go ahead and bid you all a fond, not so fond farewell. Thank you for watching Discworld. If you liked it, tell your friends. If you didn't like it, tell your enemies. And I will see you all next time on another astral plane or this one. Take care.